Hey guys, this is DJ with Point 3 Airsoft. I'm installing a Gen 3 ASCU in a VFC PDW gearbox, and see right that back in there, that little that's the trigger switch right there. And something I'm noticing, the biggest issue so far has been getting the trigger installed. The client wanted a speed trigger, and as you can see, I've had to Dremel this, and it's not the speed trigger's fault or the gearbox shell's fault, because I tried another gearbox shell and another trigger, and it's the same issue with both. As you can see in here, it connects with that now. Maybe you can't see that. It connects fine now because it clears this printed circuit board, but with this standard, there's the lip on the top that catches on that MOSFET, in addition to the actual trigger making contact with the printed circuit board. So dremeling is required, and not only that, but they include a small plastic piece, I can't locate it right now, that would extend the trigger out in order to make better contact with that, but it doesn't seem like that would help considering how far out that printed circuit board goes. It's as though the button has recessed into the back, and I've looked at other ones and that's how it's made. So this has been kind of a bear, this whole thing. They wanted it, it's from a PDW gearbox, so it needed to be front wired, which wasn't too bad. The internals here are a little complicated. The wires are attached to the top printed circuit board. They come apart. I'm not going to pull it apart just for the sake of difficulty and not wanting to deal with it anymore, but you'd think they'd attach them to the bottom so you could maybe modify them easier, but they didn't. In addition, there's the two MOSFETs on the top, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. It includes a tube of heat sink grease that you can squirt on there, and it makes contact with the actual gearbox shell and dissipates heat, which is positive. The problem there is that because it's so tight up against the gearbox shell, you see these 3 leads on each of these MOSFETs, there and there, end up making contact. You can see there's an imprint of where this MOSFET was, and if I bring it over here, this very top MOSFET, and I apologize if this is disorienting with the camera, this top one ends up right here, and you can see how close these are, which I believe these are pretty standard, at least on VFC, and I've seen them on several other brand gearboxes, and those make contact with this area right here and short those out and cause problems. And they posted a post on their website today, or on their Facebook rather, saying that these are causing problems, and that there should be an added piece of electrical tape or PVC tape across these. I think a better bet, and what I'm going to do, is add some hot glue to cover those, so the heat doesn't either melt or get rid of that tape. I feel like the tape could slide, although I suppose the heat might melt the hot glue, but it's worth a try because I'd rather not use tape. So that's how this has been going, but they did post information on how to get this MOSFET into test mode, which involves plugging it in and then within 2 or 3 seconds pushing the this lever once, that little guy, and then it gets into, you have to plug the battery in within 2 seconds, push that, and then it beeps 3 times with the motor plugged in, and then you can test the various functions, and I'll post a link to that in the description of this video. But just thought I'd give a little update on the Gen 3 ASCU. I'm sure it's a quality MOSFET and might work better with a different brand gearbox shell, but so far with the VFC it's been a little bit of a bear, and one of the most difficult I've worked with. So thanks for watching.